integrate both sides. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
How would you go about that?
Would you integrate both sides?
Okay, what would you get?
Um, P is equal to 3 over 2p squared
Um,
plus
hold on. dp by dt is equal to 3p. Um, what if it was dy by dx is equal to 3y?
Mhm.
Would the integral... So why is there an x?
um, I don't know.
Um,
It's because it's like change in y over change in x, so there has to be.
so if you were to integrate this, y equals...
Um,
Would it be 3 over 2y squared?
I don't know.
It would not.
Okay.
I believe you would have to separate. So there's no x, there's no t. I believe you have to separate the variables.
I don't know what that means.
dt on one side, dp on the other. P's on one side, t's on the
Okay.
other.
So would you do like dp divided by 3p is equal to dt?
Yeah, I'll write it as 1 over 3p
Okay.
dp.
Oh, and then you integrate both.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have p times ln. Wait, no. Yeah. 1/3 ln 3p.
Is it not just 3 ln 3p? Are you sure it's a third?
I think so.
Okay. And what was
Is
it?
equal to t. Yeah. That's it.
I'll just write in plus c.
Uh, yeah.
And then they want you to make it look like this.
Um, so you have to raise both sides to e. So then you have, wouldn't you have 3p to the power of 1/3?
Let me just check that it is that 1/3 thing. So so 1 over p dp and 3. Why is that 3? Oh, did I just... I did it slightly different. That might make things a bit simpler. Ln p is equal to 3t. So same thing. Same thing. 1/3 ln 3p equals t. And so they just like multiplied both sides by 3. Okay. So far so good. And then you said raise both sides to e.
Yeah, but wouldn't you have 3p to the power of a third? If,
Yes. So you would have to deal with the third first. Maybe their way would be easier to multiply both sides by 3 first.
yeah, so then you would have ln 3p equals 3t plus c. Yeah.
And we didn't know what c was to begin with, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. So then you have 3p is equal to e to the power of 3t.
I think it would be 3t plus c.
Mm-hmm.
What is next?
divide by 3. Then you have e to the power of 3t plus c, and then like 1/3.
Yep. Before you do that, when do you see two powers being added?
And they're being multiplied.
So I'm going to write that as e to the 3t times e to the c.
Yeah.
And then I'll just swap those around. E to the c times e to the 3t. And then when you did divide both sides by 3, so that would be 1/3. So p is 1/3 e to the c times e to the 3t. Initially the population was of size 8.
Oh, does that mean... Oh, so you can just do like 8 and then find out what e to the c is?
Yes.
Because t is 0. So that would just be 1.
Yes. Population is 8.
E to the c over 3. So 24 is equal to e to the c. I got Lin 24 is the answer.
And so c is equal to ln 24.
Mm-hmm.
And so
wouldn't the answer just be 8 e to the power of 3t?
yes. So p is equal to 8 e to the 3t. And so what we kind of did there was we proved where it comes from. That basically this number a, if there's no plus or minus anything extra, this is the initial value.
Okay.
This will be the initial population.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can find a model for p in terms, starting with the stating the value of a. Yep, so a is 8. Okay, question B.
So you just have to substitute t is equal to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. 1, 8. And then it's 3,200.
Roughly 3,200?
Yeah, it says to the nearest 100. So.
Okay. Roughly 3,200 people, whatever it is. Oh, microorganisms. Okay, C.
So you want P is equal to 8,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 2.3, I think.
2.3 what?
Seconds. Wait, it doesn't say. It's just hours. Okay.
So T is equal to 2.3 hours. I think that's fine. I think. And D.
I don't know. What's the limitation?
Maybe they won't be able to grow forever, so they'll just run out of.
Yeah, they run out of resources.
Yeah. So run out of resources. Microorganisms. Oh, come on, pen. Food. I don't know. Space. Let's see. So it was 8, 3,200, 2.3 hours, and the population cannot increase in size this way forever due to limitations such as food or space. Great. Any questions there?
No.
Okay, so I knew that this thing wouldn't work just integrating because we had a t.
Okay.
If we didn't have a t, if we didn't have a p on the other side, I think we would have been okay. But
In the question, it said k is greater than 0. What does that mean?
k is greater than 0. That's weird. There is no k. Do they mean t is greater than 0? I think they mean t is greater than 0.
Okay.
And it's to prevent you from dividing by 0 and stuff. Okay.
I have no idea how to do this question.
Show that t minutes after the tap is opened. Sure. Okay. So water in a manufacturing plant is held in a large cylindrical tank. What is the, let's say, volume of water?
It would just be pi r squared times h. So 20 squared h.
What is the radius?
10. Sorry. 100 pi h.
So 100 pi h. So that's the water. Water flows out of the bottom of the tank through a tap at a rate proportional to the cube root of the volume. So water flows out the bottom of the tank through a tap at a rate proportional to the cube root of the volume. So that means the change in the volume of the water with respect to time will be equal to, it'll be something negative because it'll be going down, the cube root of the, it's proportional, so that will be times k, constant of proportionality, are proportional to the cube root of the volume. So that will be cube root of volume. And so what goes where?
Oh, is it because 100 pi is like a number, so you can cube root it?
I suppose. So the volume is 100 pi h.
Wouldn't that just be included as part of the k?
You could put that into the k. And so, what is the cube root of 100 pi?
Oh, do you have to find out what it is?
I think
Find out what it is.
it would just be something like,
It just says show that it's equal to that. So you don't have to figure out like what it actually is.
let me just do them separately. Is that right? 100 pi. So minus k cubed, sorry, minus k cube root 100 pi. Show that t minutes after the tap is open, so that we want dh by dt. We have dv by dt.
You have to do dh by dt is equal to dv by dt multiplied by dh by dv. Oh, you could, since you know v is equal to 100 pi h, you could find dv by dh by just differentiating that. So you'd just have 100 pi. And then dh over dv is just 1 over 100 pi. It's just a reciprocal. So then you can just do minus k cube root of 100 pi h multiplied by 1 over 100 pi. And it somehow gives you... Wouldn't the 100 pi's just cancel out? But I don't know how, because one's a cube root and then one is just like 100 pi. So I'm not...
Let's see. So
You cancel it when it's like under a cube root or not?
dv by dt minus k cube root 100 pi. What if we were to do them the other way? Well, we'll see.
Not the other way.
Cube root h.
The other way.
Hold on. So we doing dh by dv.
If you're doing that, then you have to divide it by 100 pi.
So that is 100 pi.
You can't...
You could do it with indices. That could be to the power of a third. That could be minus 1. So it'll be minus 2/3.
But that's not helpful.
Minus k 100 pi to the minus 2/3. So that's the same as 1 over cube root squared. And then a third. But let me just think. Oh, they give us a general solution. I'm just thinking about something else. Let me just take a look at this. The volume.
Differential equations. This is the stuff we did in differentiation called like rates of change or something.
I think it might have something to do with that. So the volume is pi r squared h. What is the surface area?
Pi d times h. Yeah.
Squared
Oh, never mind.
h. Well, two radius is the same as
Yeah.
diameter pi d h. That's the surface area. The radius is 10. So we said the volume was 100 pi h, and the surface area is 200 pi
Plus 20 pi h.
20 pi h. I'm just wondering if that helps when it comes time to get, like, do we have to find k? Let's just check.
No, I don't think you have to find k. You just have to prove that it's equal to that. They did something weird.
So the volume is that. dv by dh is 100 pi. dv by dt. dv by dt.
Yeah, they just included they did the same thing, but then, like, in the last step, they did something weird.
So
like
they call this
they just made k equal to everything.
So they just said k is just that whole. Yeah, so we were correct.
Yeah.
They called it c. Yeah. Okay. They call it c, but it's the whole mess in there. So we'll call it c. Okay, I thought maybe they wanted us to find the value of it somehow. And perhaps we can in part B. Let's see.
Show the general solution. I don't know how to do that. Wait, there's a differential equation. Where? Differential equation.
Could be from this thing. They went from dh dt to just h.
It is probably that. So we should probably figure out what k is then.
Maybe not.
Oh, it's just a constant. You might not need k. So would you have to do 1 over cube root of h dh is equal to minus k dt?
Cube root of h is equal to what, say?
Minus k dt.
Okay.
So when you integrate that, wouldn't you have h to the power of 2/3? Wouldn't you have 3h to the power of 2/3 over 2? Is that what you'd have on that?
So you add 1 to minus a half, is it?
Wouldn't it be minus a third because it's cube root?
Oh, that's a cube root. Sorry, I think it was 3. I can't read my own thing. See, I wrote it as a third. So that's cube root. So that is brought up to be h to the minus a third. So you add 1 to it. H to the positive 2/3. 3 over 2, is it?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay.
And then the other side would just be minus kt, I think. Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Plus c.
I'm thinking maybe there's no plus c because when the volume is 0, everything else is 0. Like there's just no water in it.
That's true.
Okay. Maybe written as this. So we want h equals.
Yeah, okay. So first you'd multiply by 2. So you'd have minus 2kt.
Mm-hmm.
And then divide by 3. Should give you minus 2/3 kt. The power of something. How do you reverse the power?
Cube root both sides. Sorry, square root both sides it'll be.
No, it would be cube root.
It's already cube root. We want the opposite.
So you cube both sides.
Yeah.
So you'd have h squared is equal to minus 2/3 kt cubed. And then you square root both sides. So the power would be... Wouldn't the power be 2/3? Wait, why would it be 3 over 2?
Square root both sides.
Always square root first, and then... Yeah, okay. Yeah.
However, they wanted it to look like this.
How?
Didn't we say k was something crazy? We said k was this
You have to include that.
stuff. So k was minus c, all that stuff. I don't know if that's useful. Minus 2 over 3 minus c was a cube root.
Yeah, I think so.
100 pi t was it h. I'm just gonna stick it in there. Maybe I shouldn't. All over 100 pi. And so that's k. The whole thing times t. The whole thing to the 3 over 2. Is that now in the form of something times something t?
Wouldn't it just be like the whole like c minus c thing? Minus 2/3 kt. I don't understand why it's multiplied.
These are multiplied, are they not? Minus 2/3 times by k times by t.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing. Let's see what they wanted. Let's see. 3/2 minus kt. There was a plus c. So it's the plus c bit. That's why.
Okay.
So you just stick in a plus c.
Does the plus c have a value?
C was the constant of proportionality, and pi is constant, so that is k, sure.
No, you wouldn't have a cube. That's not part of the constant part. You would just have the minus c and then 100 pi.
Hang on. Is this question B? Yep.
Yeah.
So they just literally just stopped it there.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
It's because the algae proved that it was the same thing.
Okay, so minus 2/3 k. K is a constant, and so that they just said that that's just called q. The constant is called q. And then 2/3 c, that's also a constant, and they just call that p. Okay. Question C.
These are really hard.
Sure
are. Find the values of P and Q. How do you do that?
So initially the height of the water is 27.
Oh, so when T is equal to 0, H is equal to 27. Wait, why did you write H is equal to 8?
Because I don't read.
So P, so the power of 3 over 2 is 27. P is equal to 9.
Great. Find the value of Q.
And then 10 minutes later, the height is 8 meters. Oh, okay, so when T is 10, so 8 is equal.
Slow down, cowgirl. Ah, yeah, so T is 0. Yep.
So I got 4 is equal to 9 minus 10q. So minus 10q is equal to minus 5. Q is equal to...
What did you get to?
I got Q is equal to half.
Q is equal to a half or 0.5. So that is, was it H is 8, P is 9, Q, T is 10, so 10Q. And that's to the 3 over 2. Cube root both sides, you get 2. Square it, you get 4. 4 is equal to 9 minus 10q.
Mm-hmm.
That's there, that's there. Q is equal to a half. Looks good to me. And that is question C. Q is a half and P is 9. Great. And D.
So wouldn't 8 just be equal to 1 and then you just solve for T?
Yeah.
You just get 1 is equal to 9 minus half T, and then minus 8. got t is equal to 16.
Looks good to me.
I think it's in hours. But, I mean, no, it's not. It was in the beginning.
There you go. T is equal to 16 minutes. Okay, so they threw us at the start with their malarkey, but it wasn't too bad in the end.
It was fine. Yeah.
Any questions there?
I just don't get like the first 2 bits. I get the second part actually, mostly. It's just like the first one, I didn't really get it. I sort of got it, but
So, constant of proportionality. It's because it's decreasing. So, GCSE stuff. What was it? Y is proportional to X. You would say Y is equal to KX.
Mhm.
And so Y is equal to X times by constant of proportionality. Yeah.
And then you just make everything into the constant afterwards.
Yes.
Like
So
the end.
they're using CX because they unusually used K for the finished thing, I suppose. No, I suppose they're all right. The water is going out, so it's negative. And other than that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, how about this?
So you'd have 1 over kp dp equal to dt. So wait, you wouldn't have the k there. You would have k dt.
Yeah, it might
So
just be easier.
1 over p dp equals k dt. And then you just integrate both sides. So you have ln p is equal to kt plus c. And then you just put everything to e. So then you have p is equal to e to the power of kt multiplied by e to the power of c.
Sure. Say it again, sorry.
P is equal to e to the power of kt multiplied by e to the power of c.
Uh-huh.
Is that the answer?
This bit.
Okay, so when t is 0, so c is equal to ln 200. So p is equal to e to the power of kt multiplied by 200. So it's just 200 to the kt.
And so P is equal to 200 e to the kt. So the initial value is 200. Okay, B.
In the question, why does it say solve the differential equations? Is there meant to be more than one?
I don't ask those questions.
Okay. Given that k is equal to 3. T is basically equal to 1. It's like 0.998, so.
Years.
999, because,
Okay.
yeah, it's basically just 1.
Years. And
State of mutation. They'd run out of resources, like food. Too many rabbits.
See what this looks like. So roughly 1 year. Okay. 1 year. That's right, 1 year. 200. Yeah. Great.
No, that's pretty easy.
Yep. That's don't you complain about being easy. I want an easy life. Okay. Getting harder.
For you to get, you would have to do 1 over m minus dm is equal to dt.
Mm-hmm.
To grade that. Oh, wouldn't you have to do integration by parts?
I believe the easiest way would be to do partial fractions.
Oh, okay. That's true. Because then you'd have 1 over m minus 1.
1 minus m, I believe.
Oh, wait, you do know m is 0.5. Okay. Since you know that m is equal to 0.5 when t is equal to 0, you could just use those values. Can you do that?
We have no t.
Oh, so you can't do m is equal to 0.5.
We don't have a equation that connects t.
Then how do you do the partial fractions? Wait,
Same way I always do.
yeah. I got b is equal to 1 over m, which isn't really helpful.
Let's see. So we multiply both of those things. 1. That will be a times 1 minus m plus bm. Let's say when m is 0.
You just have 1 equals a.
So a is 1.
Mm-hmm.
If a is 1, what is b?
b is 0.
So if a is 1, 1 equals 1 minus m plus bm. When m is, let's say m equals 1.
Then you just have 1 is equal to b as well.
1 minus 1 is 0 plus b. So b is 1. 1 equals. So b is 1. And so that there, that we are integrating,
It's just 1 over m multiplied by, no, plus 1 over 1 minus. So then you'd have ln m plus Oh, minus ln 1 minus m.
Boom.
Hmm?
Well done.
Is equal to t c. And then you can just do e to the power of. Wouldn't you have e to the power of ln m over e to the 1 minus m?
Log rules. One log, take away another log.
Yeah, it's divided by.
Yeah, so ln m over 1 minus m. Then do that, e to the power of that.
Okay. So then you'd have m over 1 minus m is equal to e to the power of t multiplied by e to the power of c.
Yeah, and I'll
But
do
at
e to the c
equals
first.
0, that's equal to 1.5, so 0.5. Right. C is equal to 0. So m over 1 minus m is equal to e to the t.
Okay. Did you find a value for m as well?
It says when t equals 0, m equals 0.5.
Okay. Part B.
M is equal to 2/3.
And C.
As t increases, wouldn't m get smaller?
Explain what happens to the value of m as t increases. Gets smaller. You could stick it in your graphical calculator as well. And do.
Oh.
I'm actually just going to use normal calculator table, but you could use graphical. So I'm going to do x minus x squared. We start at time is 0. Let's say it goes to 10. Steps of 1. It's getting smaller. It's getting more negative. So C was 0, B was 2/3, and then C decreases. Who knows? Let us see. That looks a bit funky. What did we have to? What was part A? Given that to find an expression for m in terms of t. So what did you get for part A?
E to the t is equal to m over 1 minus m.
E to the t is equal to m over 1 minus m, yeah.
Right.
Hang on. M over 1 minus m is equal to e to the t. Find an expression for m in terms of t. I think that means they want just one m. Is that right? Is that even possible?
Nope. I don't think.
Yep.
It is possible.
Multiply both sides by 1 minus m.
Yeah, but you'd still have 2 m's.
And then you bring that one over.
Oh, and then you factorize out m.
Yes.
Then you have m1 plus e over t. Okay.
And so m equals?
1 plus e. Wait, e to the power of t over 1 plus e to the power of t.
I believe so.
That's going to give you the same answers, but still.
M equals e to the t over 1 plus e to the t. But I just want to be careful. So this is kind of where we stopped. But
Yeah.
what they said, find an expression for m in terms of t. That means our answer should look like m equals and then something in here that has a bunch of t's in it. And no m. So if we were to multiply both sides by 1 minus m, so I'll show you a wrong answer. M equals e to the t 1 minus m. That's wrong because although it's, you know, in terms, although it's like m equals, it's also in terms of m, not just in terms of t. And so, yep. I'll just write incomplete. Okay. That was grand. That was 2/3. Wait, what? Are they saying it approaches 1?
How?
As t approaches infinity. Oh, because they wrote it a different way. Yeah, they wrote it a different way. That's why.
Okay.
If we wrote it our new way, as t approaches infinity. So if we had e to the 9999 over 1 plus e to the 999. So I'm going to change this thing then. Fraction. Let's shift e to the x over 1 plus e to the x. Same stuff. And it approaches 1. Yeah, if I press enter again. Yeah, so it approaches 1 but never touches it. Oh, there you go. It approaches 1. Any questions there?
Wait, just touch 1 because in the calculator.
Appears to. But maybe my calculator is just rounding because it's in the table. Maybe if you were to graph it.
Okay.
It would not. If we were to think about this, I think t would have to approach infinity for it to approach 1. I think it would not touch 1. 1 would be the asymptote. Any questions there?
No.
I have several, but anyway. Alright, what's this?
So I got dx over dt is proportional to 1 over x squared, but I'm not sure if that's right.
This increasing is inversely proportional to the square of the existing thickness of ice. So the thickness of ice is x. So that will be equal to k times 1 over x.
Wouldn't it be 1 over x squared? It says the
square. Yes.
Yeah.
Square. Yes. And sorry. Yeah. So I just if it's proportional to it, then it's equal to k times it. I just assumes that way.
Then you have to like separate the things. So x squared dx is equal to k dt.
K dt. Okay.
And integrate both sides. You'd have x cubed over 3 dx is equal to kt plus c. And it says initially the thickness is 1 centimeter. So 1/3 is equal to C is equal to 1/3. then it looks like we made X the subject. Oh, I think you can find what K is as well, because it says after 20 days the thickness is 2 centimeters. So 8/3 to 20K plus 1. K is equal to 7/60, apparently.
Love it. Okay.
And then you have to multiply everything by 3. So x cubed is equal to 7/20t plus 1. And then just cube root everything.
So 7/20t plus 1, was it?
Yeah.
Yep. Great. And B.
For B, wouldn't you just do 2? I got 54.3. I feel like there's
days.
do question.
So you sub in so 2.
I just did x is 2 and then x is 3. And then minus them.
T
There
plus
you
1. And then I don't know, the magnitude of the whole thing. I'm just using crazy notation, don't mind me. So
Why would you do the 2 one minus the 3 one? Because you already know the 3 one's going to be bigger.
that's why I did magnitude.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. 54.3. That's great. Any questions there?
That wasn't like super hard. It's okay.
Let me just see. So,
Like, so.
that looks okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many? 4, 5, 6, 6, 8. Right. Wacky time. This is the very last one.
So it says DC. Oh wait, no. dr over dt is proportional. Would it be minus kr? Because it says the amount of carbon decreases over time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first, wait, you don't have any t's. So first you would do 1/r k dt, right? And then integrate both sides. Oh, I got that. I got R is equal to E to the minus KT. I don't get the R0 thing.
R naught?
Oh, it's because I didn't put as plus C. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get that bit.
That's the initial value. So,
Okay.
so you know
It was
how
0.
you know how you can rearrange it so you have it as like e to the c.
Yeah.
So you can swap them around and put that at the front. So e to the c times this bit, and
Mhm.
the coefficient is the initial value. It's often called a,
Oh, that's how you do it. Okay.
and the initial value is given as r naught.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay. So R is equal to. So for B, wouldn't R0 be equal to 2R? Is that right?
Say it again.
For part B, wouldn't you know where it says R0? Wouldn't that be equal to 2R? Because like in the beginning you would have double.
Yeah, you could multiply both sides by 2.
Oh, it's not both sides. Wouldn't it just be one side?
Like you could multiply. I would think of it as a half r is equal to, but you could multiply both sides by 2 to get that.
I don't understand why you would multiply both sides by 2. Because it's just
Um,
R0 is equal to 2R. It's not multiplying.
so are you saying r is equal to 2r and then everything else?
No, but it wouldn't be R0. Like, I'm just saying that R0 would be equal to 2R. Because, like, R is how much is left, right?
Yeah.
So, like, in the beginning, you would have double of what is left.
Okay, I think it's the same thing. I think we're talking about the same thing.
Okay. So, E would be minus. Okay. 1.21 times 10 to the minus 4, which looks wrong, but
So that's k. I can check. I was expecting something like ln something or other.
I got ln half. Oh, I don't know why.
So they did it like this. They
Oh,
said,
C equals ln R0. Oh, there's a C. I don't. I'm confused.
which bit?
The first part, because they're like, I know what they did.
So ln r is ln that. Time is 0. So c is ln r naught. Why don't I always check your stuff? So you got part A, didn't you?
No, I didn't get C, because you said that R0 was equal to e to the power of C, so I didn't find what C was, I think.
Um, They just described it as ln. So that's the same thing.
Is it?
E to the c, we said was that. So if you take ln of both sides,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing. So just
Oh,
written a
okay.
different way.
Like that. So I think we did get, yeah, I got pi then.
Yeah. Part B, they just subbed in 5730 for t.
Yeah, I did that too, but I got half equals e to the minus 5,730. Like I got ln half instead of ln 2. Probably did something wrong.
I think you just have it the other way.
It's meant to be r0 over 2 is equal to, yeah, they did something. But that's what I did. I did r equals 2r.
And
So I don't know why I solved it wrong.
yeah, I think it's what I was talking about. You just times both sides by 2, and so you get the 2r.
No, I did have 2r in mine as well.
Oh, so it's just a little error, was it?
I don't know where it went wrong.
I think you got it. Then you take ln of both sides.
Yeah, but I got ln half and not ln 2. That's I got a different answer. I think the answer might be different. I'm not sure. No, the answer's the same. Never mind.
Okay.
I didn't check the answer.
And C, I'm sure you'll be fine. So that was the hardest one anyway. Modeling with differential equations.
I sort of get it. I mostly understand it. So it's like, yeah.
Anything in particular you want to do next time?
Mm,
What did I prepare today? Spent all day doing it. Where's my thing? Vectors is next. We can do vectors if you want. Or something
no,
else.
I think I know how to do vectors. I'm just trying to think what I need to do. Oh, like the mechanics, like the end of mechanics, like the moments and stuff.
Okay.
I don't get that bit. And
Any
definitely the end of mechanics because I'm pretty sure we haven't covered it.
any questions for me in general?
Yeah,
Well done, Amogha. You did great. I look forward
thank you.
to chatting again next week. Have a good
Bye.
week. Goodbye.